Welcome to Stockholm and Sweden. You have been now for a week here, I think, because of the Ecumenical Week, and it's a 100 years since we had this Swedish ecumenical meeting in Uppsala, and it's actually 1,700 years since the meeting was in Nicaea. Yes. So I would like to ask you first, what are your impressions of this meeting?
No, a very good impression, because the experience was experience of sharing the joy of life, the Christian life, rediscovering the beauty to be disciples of Christ, each one according to his own tradition, rediscovering his origins, his own tradition, but sharing the gift of the faith. The Council of Nicaea, remember that at the time there was still some division. They are originating some division. All the Christians, all the father of Nicaea came on the invitation of the emperor at that time to focus on the real professional faith on Christ, and so this is important for also for our time. We are unfortunately still divided, not because of Nicaea, for many other divisions into the history, for misunderstanding, for many difficulties, and so we have to rediscover the beauty and the light of the gospel, and rediscovering together and trying to go on also in the official dialogue, theological dialogue. We have to go on, but also to the possibility to live together the Christian life, especially in some action, in charities and solidarity, because we can share the message of the gospel even if we are not in full communion about the faith, but this is a force to go on also in the official and theological dialogue that is still needed.
You know, the meeting 1925, the Catholic Church was not here because Pope Pius IX, he said that the foundations for this meeting are not right, because by then it was a so-called branch theory that the church doesn't exist, has never existed, because we have different opinions about things. And then he said, then we will not come. But then, of course, John Paul II, he was here in 1989 in Uppsala, and he explained everything very beautifully. What's the difference that you are here now between from 1925?
No, the difference is that we are realizing that the Holy Spirit is guiding the Church, and they are guiding the disciple of Christ to listen again the prayer of Jesus in the Last Supper. The world may know that they can be one, as you, Father, and myself are one. So this is the work of the Spirit. They open new way, they bridge peace of reconciliation, and the possibility to stay together, not without differences, but with the real perception that we need to stay together, to listen the other, and to have the possibility to clarify some point of difference. Some are very difficult and challenging point, for sure. Some other are human problem. You know, the jurisdiction is a canonical concept, is not a theological concept. For example, we have also to remember a special explanation of the ministry of Peter, that a young Polish bishop in 1958 wrote in a poem coming back from Rome. I don't tell now you the name of this young bishop in 1958, but he described a man looking in the Basilica of St. Peter, looking to the beautiful images in the Basilica, and say, you can see at the beauty of this Basilica because you are walking on the floor. Peter, you are the floor. You have to be the floor that the people can arrive to the cross and to find Christ, because the minister of Peter is to say, you are Christ, you are the living one. This young bishop was Karol Wojtyła, and 20 years later was elected Pope. So the understanding of the ministry of Peter in a young bishop that became Pope 20 years ago is to be the floor, not to be insulted by the other, but to have the possibility to be the floor that the people can go to Christ, because at the center of the church is Christ. And the successor of Peter is here to say, look at Christ and follow Christ. At the center of the church is Christ.
I have a last question, maybe a bit provocative. Some people, now we have had a lot of seminars about peace and charity.
Yeah.
What's the difference between secular NGOs and the churches in these aspects? Couldn't ordinary other organizations work as well as we?
We have to live according to our faith. And so also the title of the meeting was Time for God's Peace, not for peace, generic peace. Pope Leo, the beginning of his ministry as successor of Peter, and May the 8th, in the balcony of St. Peter, say, peace be with you. Is the peace unarmed and disarming, the peace of Christ. So we have to live the peace of Christ. We have to receive the gift, because the peace is a gift from the Lord. And as Christians, we have to follow Christ by receiving the gift and living the gift with testimony or responsibility in front of the world. In some activities, looking at Christ and receiving the gift of peace, we discover that we are brother and sister in humanity that try to find a better world. So we cannot say, no, you are different because you are not looking at Christ. We are starting to say, oh, probably Christ is working in this heart, and is an occasion of testimony, because we can work together, but also is an occasion for Christians to witness, because we are not doing acting like an NGO, but living the faith. And so the other can say, oh, to be a Christian, it means also to serve peace and reconciliation, because Christ is urging this. So it's the occasion to work together and to be witness. Not to close in our sacristy because we fear that we are not working with people, Christian people, but going with these people and witnessing our faith also in acting, in loving and charity.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. It has been an honor to have you here in the Cathedral of Stockholm, which is my parish also. So thank you very much, and hope you come back.
Thank you. Why not?